Guys, back for another weekly outlook. So today is Monday, the 15th of August. So let's have a look at the news quickly before we jump into some charts. So today, Monday, so right now we're in the Asian session. There was no news today during the London-New York session, which is kind of why we saw a slower day in the market. Now we do have some RBA meeting minutes releasing in about 2.5 hours out of Australia. However, that really shouldn't bring much volatility or manipulation. Going into Tuesday, we have a lot of GBP news, some Euro news, some CAD news, and then some USD news. The only thing here I would suggest you guys be aware of is the CAD inflation, which is releasing at 7:30, which is around the New York Open. Just be aware of that, as that might bring some manipulation and volatility for CAD pairs like USD CAD, things like that. Going into Wednesday, more inflation coming out, more inflation rate news coming out of GBP about 1 a.m., which is about an hour before the London Open. And then FOMC minutes releasing at 1 p.m. that day, which is about 3 hours before market close. That's going to be for the US dollar. So definitely expect to see some manipulation with FOMC minutes. You generally will always see some wicking, some manipulation, and just some overall movement and volatility with that. So make sure you guys are aware of that. Have your stop losses in place, risk-free, whatever it is you need to do, adjust your risk and be prepared for that. Then Thursday, we have some USD news, jobs news. Again, nothing of this is really crazy. However, in the Asian session, we do have JPY inflation rate. And then on Friday, we do have GBP news and then CAD news, but nothing here, again, that we should be aware of. So really the main one's going to be aware of the inflation rate news this week for JPY on Thursday, FOMC and inflation on Wednesday, and then inflation on Tuesday. So just be aware of those. And make sure, again, you're aware of what news is coming out that day. Again, I don't really care about the news. I don't read into the news. I don't look at what the previous was and what the consensus is. I don't look at any of this. All I look is for specific sets of news and what times they're coming out, just so I can be aware of any changes in manipulation that day. So that way I can adjust my trading for that day. If I need to trade around a news event, I might. If not, I'll trade, and maybe I'll reduce my risk or I'll widen my stop loss. Whatever it is I need to do. Myself and the mentorship students will do that. So let's jump into some pairs. There's a few pairs I want to cover. Okay, so I was updating today in the public Discord, so make sure you guys are in this and getting these updates. Okay, I do post the videos here along with the live updates, so be aware of that. All right, so the first pair I want to have a look at is AUD USD. So let's go to the daily on this. Right now, we know overall this pair is very, very bearish, right? But right now we are sort of on this bullish trend. We are kind of doing like a break and retest of this 0.7 thousand region here. So I am currently favoring buy setups from this, as I posted. I think I posted this morning, maybe. Yeah, I did. So price is lining up here. So what I would like to see is a little bit more price action here, preferably something like this on the 2 hour. Like if price was kind of pushed down, gives a nice bullish ejection, we can look for something like that on the 1 hour or 2 hour. Okay, so watch price here. Obviously, a very, very bullish dollar would likely push this lower, whereas a bearish dollar would likely push this higher. Okay, so make sure you guys are aware of that, what the dollar is doing, and maybe even use correlation. Okay, but this is definitely something I'm very, very interested in moving into tomorrow. Those of you who are mentorship students who are also in the public channel, make sure you guys, if you do take any trades, make sure you send me them at the end of the week so I can review your personal trades on these pairs. We could talk about your entries and trade management, things like that, okay? Because those who don't know, in the mentorship, I do cover these 6 pairs. I cover DXY, and then the first pair is NZD USD, USD CAD, GJ, EU, EN, and GU, okay? And then on the public channel, I cover all of these, but only whatever looks really good. Mentorship channels, mentorship students, they get all the entries and daily breakdowns and 4-hour updates and things like that on our main pairs, but I encourage them to trade the additional pairs I cover here. That way they can refine their entries and build their confidence further, because again, the whole point of the mentorship program is not only earn money while you're learning, but also to create full-time traders, all right? Just following someone blindly doesn't get you anywhere. So putting your skills to the test each week on outside pairs of what I cover is going to be really, really good for your guys' growth and your growth as a trader. So make sure you guys do that and let me know at the end of the week how you guys do. Okay, so yeah, watch price here. Otherwise, if this is to break lower, I would definitely be looking for something sort of like this, like a break and retest to go lower. So again, Watching for buys currently, all right? Watching for further price action. However, if that price action doesn't play out, we don't get any bullish price action that indicates a move higher, then we could look for a break of this 0.70200 region, maybe a retest, and then look to take this lower with the overall trend, which we know is overall very, very bearish. But right now, the daily is on this sort of bullish trend, but that could just be a correction on the higher time frames, right? So watching price here, and hopefully, yeah, if this does break lower, if this begins to push up higher, I will let you guys know what we're looking for as the week moves on. Next pair I want to have a look at is USD JPY. So I uploaded this morning as well. This has actually played out quite well. However, I would personally like to see another tap here for a buy. So watching price here, if this can come down here, test again, give some nice bullish price action, we could see a really, really clean buy off this level. So watching this, okay, again, let's go to the daily here. Let's see what this looks like on the daily. So daily, we're retesting 132.5, okay? Let's go down the 4 hour. I mean, it looks very, very clean. It's sort of a fake out of this 132.5 region for a retest. And then, yeah, we can come down and get this sort of 2 hour W, 2 hour double bottom form. We can look for some bullish price action and then a move higher. So this is definitely something worth watching. This and AU, I doubt both will play out because, again, you know, if the dollar is very, very bullish, AU will go lower and USD JPY will likely go higher. But definitely worth watching these two pairs, okay, because these are pretty clean setups. Like, entries could occur on these, you know, if not during Asian session, probably London tomorrow. Like, they only need a bit more price action. So we'll see what we get. All right, another pair I want to cover is USD Swiss. So it's actually a really nice sell on this last week. So remember last week I said look for buys here. However, that didn't play out, but then it actually ended up breaking and retesting this 95 sort of 500 region and gave multiple taps for an entry. That's 1 tap, 2 tap, 3 tap, 4 tap. I'm on the 1 hour. Like, this is beautiful price action. Easy 150, 160 pips for 1 to 7, 1 to 8. Like, again, like, do the math here. Like, let's say it's a 1 to 7, right? By the time you would have closed it around this 0.94 thousand level. So that if you have a 100K funded account, which, again, I don't care if you guys are funded. You know, I personally like it because I believe it's a way to fast track your progress as a trader. Now, for those who don't know, funded accounts there are companies out there that like FTMO or Funded Trader or MF. There's so many guys. I'm not affiliated with any. I trade with FTMO, but I'm not affiliated with anyone. Okay, but they let you trade large amounts of capital and then you get a percentage of that. So usually it's an 80 or 90% payout. But for example, if you have a 100K funded account and you make this one trade 7%, which we get trades like this all the time in the mentorship program, that's $7,000 before your profit split, right? If you have a 400K account, that is what 714, that's $28,000 before your profit split. So if you make $28,000 on a FTMO funded or whoever, I don't care who it is, $28,000, you get 80% of that. It's almost $22,500 right there off of one trade. And it's not hard. That's what I'm saying. It's really not hard to make a lot of money in trading. It just comes down to consistency and just having a very, very clear and strict and clean and simple trading plan. Like you see, for me, I don't have any indicators. Guys, I don't even use trend lines anymore. When my charts years ago were filled with trend lines and fibs and EMAs and bullshit nonsense that, for me, it doesn't work. For some people, it does. For me, it didn't work. I find simple and clean is best. We're just really flowing with the market. So anyways, rant over it. Let's have a look. So USD Swiss coming back up to retest 94 sort of 8 region. So if price can come up retest this level, we could look for a continuation lower. Let's go to daily here. Daily is very, very bearish, you know, like clearly on a downtrend. So as long as we stay, let me make this very, very clear. As long as we stay below this level, we will go lower. Okay. However, if we begin closing above and breaking this level, we'll likely see something like this later on this week. So right now we are favoring the sell setup. Mentorship students, you guys know what to look for, but this could be very, very clean. Like, look for price to push up into our zone, and then maybe we can get some bearish price action for a sell, for a move back down towards 94,000, if not lower. Like, this thing can go way, way lower. But again, this will likely only go lower if the dollar goes lower also, okay? So make sure you keep that in mind. Last pair I want to cover is CAD JPY. So I posted today, we're looking for a possible sell. No, I didn't post this one. So I was looking for a possible sell here. However, price failed to stay below 103, sort of 200 region. So now what I'm kind of looking for is a retest of this level here for a move higher. Okay, so keep very, very simple, clean price action. So make sure you guys are aware of that. But yeah, this 103 sort of 250 region, and then 103 here. I want to kind of see price respect this region here, and then I move up into here. So even even a trade from here, for example, let's say price was to come down, give some good price action, like 30, 35 pips, gives you a nice little buffer, covers those quarter price levels. It's a nice little 1 to 5. A 1 to 5 is 5K on a 100K account. That's 20K on a 400K account. It's not hard to make this money. It really isn't. But again, like, I don't, if you want to make that, if you want to trade funded accounts, that's up to you. My goal is to help you guys learn to trade consistently. And, if you want to go for that, that's fine. Many and most of my students are going for funded accounts, if not already funded, and getting huge payouts. So, yeah, so that's it for now, guys. All right, have a great week. I will update throughout the week in the public Discord. Okay, if you aren't in it, the link is in the video on the YouTube channel. Otherwise, it is in my Instagram bio. I appreciate all the messages. I get a lot of messages from you guys in public Discord. I know it takes me a little bit to get back to you, but I do appreciate it. A lot of you are profiting a lot off these videos, and I appreciate that. It's awesome to see. But yeah, don't be afraid to message me on Discord. Otherwise, you can hit me up on Instagram. Thanks, guys.